Hello and welcome to Commerce classes of Standard 12. Let's continue our next topic of chapter number 2, Thoughts of Management. Management thoughts are the results of some research, some observation and some studies. Many management gurus have given their separate opinion and so different approaches are developed. Let's study all these different approaches as thoughts of management one by one. First one is thoughts of classical theory. The word classical itself describes its meaning that it is traditional. Traditional means something old or something that is not modern. So let's understand what were the thoughts of management during traditional period. First, thoughts presented till 19th century. So thoughts that were presented till the 19th century, they are called as classical theory. Second, promoters of classical theory are Frederick Taylor, Max Weber, Gilbreth, Henry Gunt and Henry Fayol. So these are the promoters, that means they have contributed their thoughts in classical theories. Third is Frederick Taylor has contributed scientific principles of management such as time and motion study. By time and motion study, he means that it is a process to evaluate or analyze efficiency of employees so that there is increase in productivity, and this study exists even today. He has also highlighted that scientific principle lies in specialization, progressive wage system and scientific distribution of tasks. Specialization means the task should be given to one who has special knowledge about it. Progressive wage system means proper wages should be given as per the skills and knowledge and experience. Scientific distribution of task means tasks should be distributed in logical way. That means task should be assigned or given to one who is capable of it. So, fourth one is Henry Fayol has contributed general principles and has also decided the levels of different tasks. General principles, that means universal principles that are accepted and implemented in all units. Even he has decided different tasks that should be performed at different levels by different managers. Fifth is limitation of this theory is it gives more importance to financial motivation and less to human approach. That means this classical theory gives more importance to financial approach instead of human approach. As we all know, human resources is the main resource for any business unit to perform all other tasks. So this is the only drawback of this theory. And now let's study about the second thoughts of neoclassical theory. The first one is this theory came into existence to remove the limitations of classical theory. We already have studied that classical theory was having its limitation, that is, it gives more importance to financial approach instead of human resources. So, to remove this drawback, this neoclassical theory came into existence. Second is, in the end of 19th century, after Industrial Revolution, formats and size of business units started changing. So there arose a need of new thoughts of management. So in the start of 20th century, when formats and size changed, there was a need to bring some new thoughts of management to manage the things. As with changing and passing time, there is a need of bringing modernization and to upgrade the business. Third is, promoters of this theory are Alton Mayo, Herzberg, Rensis Likert, Chris Argyris, MacGregor and Maslow. So you can see here Alton Mayo is highlighted because he is the main promoter of this theory, neoclassical theory. Fourth, this theory emphasizes on behavior-oriented thought. So this behavior-oriented thought was given by Alton Mayo. Alton Mayo is an Australian industrial psychologist He emphasized on behavior-oriented thought. Now let us understand what is behavior-oriented thought. It means he wants to conclude that money isn't the only influencing factor affecting employees' motivation, but employees need to be supervised in a supportive manner. That is, behavior of management towards them should be supportive and their social needs should also be met. He also wants to convey that there should be a better communication between team members and management, as they have to work all together in group. So together working increase in productivity and make the business successful. Fifth is, in addition to that, it also gives importance to human relations, social mechanism thought and social arrangement thought. Human relation means formal and informal relations. We have already studied in standard 11 formal and informal relations. Formal relations are the relation maintained on work basis or professional relations. Informal relation means relation that is an interaction with your family, friends and relative. Social mechanism thought, that means how the society regulates, and it also means the general sequence of social events. Now, social arrangement thought, that means the concept of social change, which deals with the force that change the social structure and the organization of society. So these were the 5 points of neoclassical theory. Neoclassical theory also includes behavior related thought. So let us understand behavior related thought. We all know that management is an art of getting work done by others. And Professor Urwig has highlighted, you manage your man, man will manage rest of all. That means you have to manage the man and man will do the rest of activities of business unit. You have to support your employees so that their morale is boosted. Hence, they will work more effectively for organization. Management is done by person, so it is a study of human relation. Main aim and task of management is to increase efficiency of employee by using psychological observation. Psychological means business unit has to study the mind of employees and they have to make them satisfied. They should be socially satisfied by maintaining human relationships, leadership, motivating them, a proper communication process should be maintained, and a disposal of industrial disputes. That means they should avoid the disputes. All these are included in behavior related thought. So we have studied the 2 points. The next one is thoughts of modern management, in which the first one is, due to rapid change in the formats of industries and business units, there was a need of special approach of management after 1960. That means with the passing of time, new technologies were invented that brought a rapid change, due to which bringing modernization in any business unit or organization became necessity. So, need of special approach of management came into existence after 1960. Second is, promoters of modern management are Kuntz O'Donnell, George R. Terry, Peter F. Drucker, William Auchi and C.K. Prahlad. That means they have contributed their own thoughts of modern management. Third is, modern management highlighted thought that management activities should be carried out by professional. That means management activity should be carried out by experts, those who have a proper knowledge in their specific field, and they should have overall knowledge related to mathematics, statistics, economics, computer. Thus we can say that management activity should be carried out by trained persons. So here we have completed 3 thoughts of management, that is thoughts of classical theory, thoughts of neoclassical theory, and the third one is thoughts of modern management. Go through the topic and revise it thoroughly. Thank you.